So you guys know that I love first-person shooters. I mostly post FPS games or id Software shooters on this channel. So I thought about making a video of why I love the FPS genre. Now keep in mind, some of my opinions are not like trying to say this genre is unique or something like that. I might say that FPS games have a lot of games that can be catered to single-player enthusiasts or multiplayer enthusiasts. I know there's RPG games that do that type of feature similar to FPS games, but then again, I am trying to post, what I like about the genre at the same time. I just thought it would be good to make this disclaimer before I talk about the topic. So for the gameplay, you're watching me tackling Nirvana in Doom 2. I've always liked this map. It's fun, experimental, and has a lot of interesting encounters that really make it one of the better levels of Doom 2, to be honest. I know some people think this level is pointless or trash, but I've always liked this level as a kid, and I still do. I decided to play it in a very risky and ballsy way to keep it entertaining for you people. And then I do play the other level too, and I would say it's another great level. Good pacing, great architecture, and it just feels really good overall, even though the level is mad short. First reason of why I love about FPS games is the balance. When you play a single-player driven shooter, you can get like maybe 12 to 15 hours at best, and that's long for FPS standards, but there's always like something there to go back. Maybe you want to experiment things like trying to find new ways to play the game, look for secrets, or the fact that the game isn't too long that it really makes you want to go back to it and play it again. I feel like if a game is too long, it can be a drag to play. I remembered when I started to get tired with Borderlands once I was getting closer to the end of the game, which I believe it took me around 24 to 25 hours to beat. But when you compare it to a game like Halo Reach, I freaking want to play it again. Like, I always feel like when it comes to FPS games or any similar games that has like the same standards of FPSs, it makes me want to replay it more. In my sense, I feel like FPS games really got that balance, and I always feel like it's one of the great things when you play these games, really. So the second reason is obviously the freaking gunplay. Every best FPS game will always have me wanting to go back to enjoy whatever weapon it has, because it's so great to use and it's just rewarding to use. It could range from Doom's BFG to the Halo 1 pistol to the AK-74U in Call of Duty 4. There's so many to name, and even though it sounds really small, but here's another thing. A lot of my favorite FPS games generally have multiple weapons that I enjoy using. I love the double barrel shotgun in Doom 2, and then there's the BFG, so that's 2 guns. And in Call of Duty 4, I got so many guns that I really adore, like the MP5, I've said, the AK-74U, AK-47, M40, R700, Desert Eagle, M4. There's a lot, really, and don't get me started with the Quake games and its quad damage power up. Man, I remembered when I first used that thing. It was really awesome, and stuff like that is really why I love this genre so much, really. Next reason is the versatility of the genre. There's games that's catered to single-player gamers, multiplayer gamers, or co-op. That's another thing why I love this genre. There's so many big names in the FPS genre that it can really cater to a lot of different type of gamers. I know RPGs got this type of thing going on too, like MMOs are more multiplayer driven, but let's be honest, I played WoW and watched a lot of MMOs, and they're just boring. I don't really see any sense of desire in these games, and the fact that the games don't end just annoys me. Why am I even playing this game, really? Also, in multiplayer, it's really fun to freaking pub stomp on players. Man, once I got good at Doom 3's multiplayer, it was so much fun to just go ham in a 6 to 8 man deathmatch server, and it's really equivalent to getting montage clips in Call of Duty and all of the team-based game modes I play. It's that sense of domination in multiplayer that I love in the FPS genre that you really don't get in other games. I enjoyed playing Warcraft 3 with my friends. We would get scores like 14-2 or 16-2 in arranged team games, but I still get that sense of desire in FPS a lot more relevant to Warcraft 3, and I love Warcraft 3 to death. That game was awesome. Next thing is something I love, and this is the genre that is really, really known for montages, of course. Man, do I freaking love montages. I always feel like montages are generally more funner to watch when it comes to these games because it's in first person view, and it's always fun to watch one person trying to take on 5 dudes without any backup and having good aim and reaction time and synchronization. I feel like it's also easier for the audience to understand of what's going on compared to like RTS games, so it can definitely be very enjoyable to watch in many different people's perspectives, I guess, if you would say. But yeah, montages, I love the creativity of it, the entertainment value, and I like, music, and montages will always help you discover new stuff pretty much when it comes to music. The immersion is something that FPS have always been great at, and the fact that you buy an FPS game, it's always going to be in first person view, and it's really, going to have that more immersive feel to it due to its quote unquote realistic nature. I also like it at the same time because I like looking at the gun, and seriously, man, it's just awesome to look at it while you shoot at things. There's really not much else to say, but that's really like a charm that I've always liked about first person shooters, and yeah, I think it's always gonna stay. Like, I love, watching the double barrel shotgun reload animation in Doom 2, and I just like, how it shoots and all of that stuff. Strong replay value is something I would describe that the FPS genre has. There's always games with user-generated content, but that's not really the main reason of why it has high replay value. But the fact that there's always this encouragement to get better or keep playing the game. I like to unlock camos or do these challenges in Call of Duty, but I like to play Doom to really make the game flow better for me. Stuff like that, really. I like to play my games to really get better because they play better when you're better at it. There's not really anything else I can say. That's just the thing I really love about these games. Like both Shadowrun and Marathon, I didn't really have the best first impression with it, but once I played more of it, the experience simply gets better. I believe there are so many ways that developers can find to really increase the lifespan of a game, but FPS games, they're so replayable, and the fact that they're not so long, it makes it time friendly and very good in pacing, if that makes any sense. So yeah, these are the reasons of why I love the FPS genre. I know some of them can be translated to other genres too, but let's be honest, man. Games are games, so people, will have similar concepts or ideas and such. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'm out. Peace.